Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best slow motion cameras.
Starting at number 5.
Sony A7S III. The Sony A7S III is the third model in Sony's most video-centric series of full-frame cameras, and like the GH6 above, it's another top option if you're serious about videography. If you're a professional content creator or YouTuber who needs a native 4K camera with slow-motion options, it's worth every penny. Sony's 12.1 MP sensor sounds modest, but has huge pixels spread across a full-frame area. That's bigger than the GH6 Micro Four Thirds sensor, even though the resolution is lower and the back illuminated structure can take in more light, meaning you get hugely impressive low-light performance for video and stills. The A7S III offers a huge range of 4K and HD codecs and no limits on recording times. You can capture slow-mo at up to 120 frames per second at 4K and go to 240 frames per second in HD, still in 10-bit quality. For creating subtle slow-mo effects at high resolutions, it's ideal. Our reviewer loved that the advanced autofocus worked in all modes too. The AF system is second to none, thanks to its customization for video use. The great focus tracking, helped by touch-to-focus on the screen, tracks the object as it moves.
Coming at number 4.
GoPro Hero 11 Black. Despite the Hero 11 Black looking like every other GoPro this side of 2019 design-wise, its hardware and software have been upgraded on all fronts to make it a real triumph of an action camera. It's perfect if you're looking for a compact, rugged camera to take on adventures or document fast-paced sports. Personally, I love using it to shoot slow-mo POV footage of my dog as she wears the GoPro Fetch harness. I haven't put the newer GoPro Hero 12 Black in this slot, because although you get upgraded stabilization, HDR video, and external audio, it's more expensive than the 11 Black and doesn't offer any extra slow-mo benefits. The camera's digital hyperview lens captures ultra-wide superview footage, and you still get an 8:7 aspect ratio, which is a standout highlight for content creators. The almost square sensor is versatile, the camera's software is simple, and GoPro's companion app Quick is great at helping you edit reels and videos on your smartphone. The Hero 11 Black can shoot in 5.3K resolution, 8:7 video at up to 30 frames per second, and its footage can be losslessly cropped to create new 4K portrait, landscape, and square clips from a single video. Key for slow-motion footage, the camera can capture 5.3K resolution video at 60 frames per second, 4K resolution video at 120 frames per second, or 2.7K resolution at up to 240 frames per second as long as you've got a fast enough microSD card.
At number 3.
DJI Pocket. The second DJI Pocket is just as cute as the original, and just as impressive when it comes to creating stable video. Given its pocketable size, this camera is a YouTuber and vlogger's dream, especially for traveling and capturing moments on the go. But does it offer more than you could get from an advanced smartphone like the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra below? Sort of. If you're interested in the DJI Pocket 2, I'd recommend picking it up with the Smart Creator Combo System, which comes with a case, tripod mount, wrist strap, wireless microphone, windshield, wide-angle lens, tripod and a handle, which sports a mic-in jack. It turns the camera into a pocketable rig. Getting into the video specs, you've got a wide variety of different video options, including time-lapse and hyperlapse. In terms of slow-mo, you can go all the way up to 240 frames per second when recording at full HD, which is lower than some of the 4K 240p cameras on this list. Despite having a 64 MP sensor, the DJI Pocket 2 captures photos with a resolution of 16 MP by default. Our reviewer wasn't wowed by the stills out of the Pocket 2 but felt that its video stabilization handles walks, wobbles and steps well. The results are categorically great, with none of the shaky, artifact-heavy footage that electronic image stabilization generates, as found across most action cameras and smartphones.
Number 2 of my list.
Sony ZV-1. The Sony ZV-1 came out in 2020 as part of the company's vlogging lineup for YouTubers. It's no surprise then, that it comes with a range of features specifically for video and content creation. Take the flip-out screen, which is especially good for vertical video, the built-in mic, hot shoe and 3.5mm port, and the bright fixed wide-angle lens, a 24 to 70mm equivalent f/1.8-2.8 zoom. I was skeptical of the ZV-1 before using it, but won over by its compact size, 4K video, and advanced autofocus and subject detection. That's why I think it deserves a place on this list over the second-gen Sony ZV-2, which isn't enough of an upgrade to recommend. As well as relatively standard slow-mo options, such as 120 frames per second, you also get a super slow motion setting that records at 960 frames per second. With this, you can slow down the action for the most dramatic results possible. Sony's made a few odd decisions here, like a vari-angle screen you can't use with full touch control for self-shooting. There's no viewfinder, no flash, and no mode dial, but photographers can get to shooting modes with the mode button instead. Our reviewer found that colors were rich and natural for stills, and although the 1-inch sensor is smaller than in DSLRs and mirrorless cameras, it can offer enough focus falloff to give a sense of depth.
And number 1.
Canon EOS 90D. The flexible and affordable Canon EOS 90D is a brilliant all-rounder if you like to shoot a bit of everything, including slow motion. It combines mirrorless video features and live view autofocus with classic DSLR handling to give you a well-built camera with good battery life, plus a vari-angle touchscreen for creative compositions and vertical shooting. Our reviewer said that everything about the EOS 90D's operation feels honed to perfection. While they did note that the single memory card slot could be a deal-breaker for advanced users. There's 4K recording with the full width of the sensor, and you'll be able to capture up to 120 frames per second, in full HD, slow-motion footage with excellent face and eye tracking working well to produce sharp and clear results. Several cameras in Canon's lineup are limited to 720p for 120 frames per second shooting, so the 90D is the one to look towards if it's something you're particularly interested in, especially if you're keen to take advantage of the more extensive range of Canon lenses that are available for EF mount DSLRs.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.